Life is filled with different seasons, some of which can feel overwhelmingly chaotic and disheartening. There are times when it seems as if everything is crumbling around you, when the weight of failure, betrayal, or loss becomes too burdensome to bear. In these moments, people may count you out. They might walk away, whispering that your journey is over. However, what they fail to perceive is the incredible work God is doing behind the scenes. Each setback is, in fact, a setup for something far greater. The feelings of pain, struggle, and even silence are all integral parts of a divine preparation process. God wastes nothing, not your tears, not your sleepless nights, and certainly not your heartbreak. When God is ready to elevate you, the movement won't be subtle. It will be loud, public, and undeniably transformative. This comeback is not about seeking validation or proving your worth to others. It's about showcasing the immense power of God working through someone who has resolutely refused to give up. You may have been overlooked, underestimated, or even forgotten, but you have never been forsaken. Heaven is aware of your battles, and your prayers have been heard. Remember, your faith is not in vain. The time will come when those things that once held you back will lose their grip on you. Opportunities that seemed closed will swing open wider than you ever imagined, and the places where you faced rejection will become the very stages where you reclaim honor. What may have appeared as your ending was, in reality, the prologue to a new and more extraordinary chapter of your life. So, do not falter or retreat in discouragement. God is still crafting your narrative. In fact, He is merely getting started, and your story will be one that inspires others. Your resilience will speak volumes, and when asked how you achieved your comeback, you'll simply respond, "God moved." Prepare yourself, for your revival is on the horizon. What feels like a setback is often a concealed setup for future triumph. It's easy to view moments of failure, disappointment, or unanticipated detours as signs that everything is unraveling. When your plans collapse, doors shut, or dreams fade, feelings of frustration, fear, or even hopelessness can overwhelm you. Yet, those moments seldom present the full truth. What appears to be a breakdown can often signify the dawn of a breakthrough that is currently invisible to you. God possesses a remarkable talent for transforming our deepest wounds and most seemingly dead-end situations into foundations for something extraordinary. In His grand design, nothing goes to waste. Every delay, every disappointment, and every detour serves a greater purpose. These experiences are not punishments. Rather, they are divine preparations for what is to come. When life does not unfold as expected, it's easy to ask, "Why me? Why now?" However, if you shift your perspective, you'll come to realize that these interruptions may actually be God's way of protecting you, guiding you, and getting you ready for the blessings that lie ahead. Closed doors should not be seen as rejections, but rather as redirections toward the right path. Missed opportunities are not failures. They are invaluable lessons that foster growth in strength, character, and resilience. Each setback plays a crucial role in your journey, equipping you with the wisdom and endurance necessary for whatever lies ahead. Reflect on how many powerful stories of success began in hardship. Even the most inspiring figures faced significant challenges before their victories. The true essence of their comebacks stemmed from their willingness to trust the process and their belief in God's active role, even when circumstances were bleak. Often, what initially feels like the worst turn of events is precisely what cultivates growth and ushers in new beginnings. The pain and frustration you're experiencing today are merely the beginning chapters of a comeback story, so powerful it will exceed your wildest dreams. It's vital to understand that God's timing is impeccable, even when ours feels flawed. Just because you encounter delays does not indicate that God has forgotten you or abandoned you. Often, He is orchestrating circumstances that position you for greater blessings. Sometimes, delays are necessary because you may not yet be ready for what's coming. You might need to grow in your faith, develop new skills, or forge relationships that will be essential for your future. This waiting season is a preparation period, during which God is actively molding you into the person you need to become to handle the next level of success and responsibility. There is profound beauty in the truth that every experience, particularly the difficult ones, has a purpose. Nothing is wasted. The struggles you face refine and shape you. They teach you patience, resilience, and trust. They deepen your understanding of God's grace and faithfulness. These lessons are rarely learned during times of comfort. They are derived from enduring trials and holding on to faith when all seems uncertain. In your moments of setback, remember that God is setting the stage for an extraordinary comeback. This sentiment is not merely a cliché, it is a reality rooted in God's enduring nature as a redeemer and restorer. He excels at crafting beauty from brokenness. Just as a master artist transforms rough materials into masterpieces, God takes your fractured pieces and molds them into something magnificent. The disappointments you endure today will fuel your triumphs tomorrow. When you begin to perceive your setbacks as setups, your entire outlook shifts. Instead of feeling defeated, you grow hopeful and expectant. You will start to recognize that every closed door, each challenge, and all moments of waiting are part of a larger plan that you may not yet fully comprehend. This fresh perspective empowers you to keep moving, to hold on to your faith, and to trust in God's timing and His divine process. Your impending comeback will not only serve as a personal victory, but it will also inspire others. Those who have experienced setbacks and emerged stronger serve as beacons of hope for those still fighting their battles. Your story of redemption and resilience will encourage others to cling to faith, assuring them that God is at work even in their darkest hours. So, as you navigate through your setbacks, hold close to this truth. Nothing is wasted in God's plan. The very obstacles you encounter are the tools that will prepare you for the most gratifying return of your life. Trust in God's perfect timing. Rely on His strength. Prepare to witness His miraculous hand at work in ways you never dreamed possible. Your setback does not signify the end. It is merely the inception of an epic comeback that will testify to His grace and power. Keep your focus on Him, for your breakthrough is on the horizon. It's essential to grasp that the process is intrinsic to the promise. Many struggle with accepting this reality, particularly during periods of waiting, silence, and hardship. It often feels as though nothing is happening at all. We desire immediate results, quick solutions, and tangible signs that affirm our efforts and prayers are yielding fruit. Yet, life, and more importantly, God's work within us, does not follow our timelines. The waiting season, the times spent silent when God seems distant, and the struggles that challenge our resolve, these are not meaningless gaps in our journey. They are vital phases in bringing the promise to fruition. When God makes a promise, He also establishes a process. The promise represents the future reality of what will come, but the process dictates how you arrive there. It serves as the training ground, the workshop, and the preparation period. Just as gold must be refined through fire to reveal its purity, so too must we navigate through seasons of growth and refinement. While this process can often be uncomfortable and sometimes painful, it is always purposeful. The intent is to ensure that when the promise materializes, you are adequately prepared to embrace and manage it. Trusting the process can be challenging, especially when it doesn't make sense. You may find yourself wondering why God hasn't taken action yet. You might question why your prayers seem unanswered, or why doors remain shut. The silence can be deafening, yet this quietude doesn't indicate God's absence. Rather, it symbolizes His presence quietly, orchestrating events behind the scenes. God does not rush because He understands that timing is crucial. His plans often exceed our understanding and require us to be thoroughly prepared. During these waiting periods, He is instilling patience, faith, and endurance, qualities that cannot be hastily developed. They must be nurtured over time. The promise of a brighter future holds little significance if we have not learned to navigate the challenges of today with steadiness. The struggles you encounter are not meaningless, but rather serve to refine your character and cultivate resilience that will serve you well in the seasons yet to come. Trusting the process means believing that God's delays are not denials, and that His silence does not equate to abandonment. It requires holding on to your faith, even when the path ahead appears unclear. Moreover, the process is fundamentally about growth. Often, we desire the promise without the necessary development that accompanies it. We yearn for blessings while seeking to bypass the learning experiences and transformations essential for effectively stewarding those blessings. However, God's promises always come with an invitation to grow, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. The waiting season tests your faith and fortifies your identity in God, providing clarity on your purpose. During these times, you are being shaped into who you need to be in order to receive what awaits you. It is crucial to remember that God's process is imbued with purpose and intention. No moment of struggle, tears shed, or night spent wrestling with doubt is wasted. Every experience, even those that appear to be setbacks, are integral threads in the intricate tapestry God is weaving for your life. Even when it seems that your path has diverged or is entirely unclear, trust that He is working to bring you to the right place, at the right time, with the right mindset and heart. Learning to trust the process signifies surrendering control and understanding that God's plan surpasses your own, even when circumstances feel slow or perplexing. This change in perspective transforms how we view waiting and struggle. Instead of seeing them as frustrations or fears, they become opportunities for profound spiritual growth and preparation. Rather than asking, "Why is this taking so long?" we begin to inquire, "What lessons is God teaching me during this time?" Instead of feeling neglected, we learn the importance of finding security in God's unwavering faithfulness, knowing He is continuously at work, even if we cannot see it. Embracing the process as part of the promise cultivates a deeper trust in God's timing and methods. We learn to rest in the assurance that He is refining us and preparing us for something grand. As we develop patience, we understand that hastening the process or attempting to force outcomes can lead to mistakes or misblessings. We become peaceful, recognizing that God's timing is impeccable and that what is destined for us will arrive precisely when it is meant to. The promise will come. It will, without a doubt, manifest abundantly when the process is complete. Your comeback will carry immense weight, not solely due to what God achieves, but because of the person you become through the journey. The process shapes you into a stronger, wiser, and more faithful individual, ready to stride confidently into the realization of God's promises. So, during those moments when waiting feels interminable, silence feels deafening, and struggles feel insurmountable, remind yourself that this is all part of the process, an essential preparation for the promise that awaits you. Trust in God's timing. Lean into His strength. Keep your vision fixed on the future He has promised. Your breakthrough will not merely signify a moment of victory. It will be a testament of faith, endurance, and divine purpose. The process is an integral part of the promise, making each moment along the way worthwhile. It's also crucial to acknowledge that your worth is not determined by the opinions of others. This concept can often be difficult to embrace, particularly because our identities are frequently shaped by how others perceive us. From a young age, many learn to gauge their value based on external benchmarks, appearance, achievements, and levels of approval from peers. When people disregard you, dismiss you, or fail to see your potential, it's all too easy to internalize such judgments and mistakenly conclude that you aren't worthy. However, the truth is that the opinions of others do not define your true value. God sees you through a different lens. He recognizes your worth even when others do not, and His perspective is what genuinely matters. Being overlooked by people may lead you to feel abandoned or forgotten, making you question whether you will ever have the opportunity to prove them wrong or regain their respect. Yet, the reality is that being counted out by others is not the final word on your life. In fact, it is often during these moments of rejection, neglect, or doubt from others that God is working most powerfully in your life. He is preparing, equipping, and positioning you for a comeback that will defy all expectations. Your return is not about earning the applause of others. When you rise up after being overlooked or underestimated, it should arise from the desire to honor God with your life, not from a need to prove others wrong. This shift in mindset alters your motivation from seeking human validation to pursuing divine purpose. People's opinions are transient and inconsistent. They may lift you up one day only to tear you down the next. Building your sense of self-worth based on others' views is like constructing a house on sand. It cannot withstand the storms. However, when your worth is rooted in God's love and acceptance, you create a firm foundation that remains unshakable. God's view of you is eternal and flawless. He created you with intent, equipped you with unique gifts, and loves you unconditionally. Understanding this liberates you from the constant pursuit of external validation and allows you to confidently embrace your identity as defined by God. It's also essential to recognize that God frequently uses the periods when others overlook you to unveil your true strength and character. Instead of perceiving rejection as a personal affront, these experiences offer opportunities to cultivate perseverance, humility, and unwavering faith. Instead of retreating or surrendering, these challenges invite you to delve deeper into God's promises while trusting that His plan for your life is immeasurably greater than what others might see. Your comeback stands as a testament to the truth that your identity and worth originate from God alone, not from human approval. Numerous biblical examples illustrate this principle. Individuals like David, Joseph, and Esther faced moments of being counted out at various points in their journeys. David was frequently overlooked as a young shepherd boy. Joseph was disregarded and sold into slavery. Esther, a young woman in an unfamiliar land, appeared to possess little influence. Yet, God recognized their worth and utilized them in extraordinary ways for His divine purposes. Their comebacks were not about proving others wrong. They were about fulfilling God's grand design and bringing glory to Him. Their stories remind us that it is God's perspective that ultimately defines our worth. When you start to see yourself through His eyes, you will understand that rejection or dismissal from others does not diminish your value. Rather, these moments can be the catalysts for the phenomenal journey that God has planned for you, one that will reveal your true potential and purpose in ways that honor Him. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more motivational content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message.